Dear friends, ecosystem DigiU is online. CEO of the project Ognev Alexey here. Welcome to the webinar. And today we are going to talk about dividends. It's really important topic because all the shareholders, all the investors and partners, everybody who has securities in the beginning of the June will get their dividends. For somebody that would be the first dividends, maybe the fourth time they will get, but every time it is the event. And before this time, our dividends were increasing, and this time we are doing our best to make them bigger to one share that you have. So this event is really important for investors and the ecosystem itself. And result as dividends is always the most objective point that the ecosystem do it professional and successful. So today we're gonna talk about this. At least this topic was declared. So maybe I will talk about it a bit deeper. At the end of the webinar, I will try to answer your questions. So please write in the chat. Please ask the questions, but please write it the way that I would understand and answer the right way. So, okay. Let's start our webinar. When I thought about what are we talking to tell you, and it came to my mind that I should tell about that DigiU is unique. And if we see on the crowd investing market, so DigiU is crowd investing project, and we started as project which offer to market as offers, and we saw these perspectives and every day I see the proofs that decisions to choose this format of attracting investments was right. So in this market, a part that we do in the field of artificial intelligence and blockchain, cross-chain, and modern technologies and other things that we are developing, we have our unique things, and I want to pay attention to this unicity again and tell you about this, because it allowed us in 2020, in the first year of existence of the project, to see these prospects in DeFi market and see the opportunities to implement the first commercial product, DigiU. So this flexibility that we have allows us to have these results. So because this market has large infrastructural project that create transport systems, alternative energy, and some big projects. So maybe there are easier solutions, but in my opinion, we were the first at this market who pay out dividends, and we are really proud of it. So this flexibility allows us to do this. So when we saw DeFi, we were the first who was talking about this. And when we went deeper and created DigiU Wealth, we were developing artificial intelligence, and there we got our successful results, some unique solutions and neural networks that can predict. And we understand that there is some trend in market and there are some opportunities that we have opened. And these opportunities are not to be missed for us. So that's why 2 years passed, we have a stable product, DigiU.Voice. And on base of this product, we have researchers that allowed us to see the problems of DeFi and see the problem that we should solve. That we created the first potential unicorn AVA, and this all was thanks to the fact that we always saw and noticed the opportunities, and we always thrived to do this and implement these ideas. So I imagine now, I remember the time 1.5 years ago when we started our laboratories in artificial intelligence, and we implemented DigiU.Vision and computer vision and the technologies that we have, emotions, temperature, so a lot of functions that we managed to add to our neural system. That if we couldn't able to do this, we would do the same 2 years more, and we wouldn't have the things we have now. And now I have this analogy. When some bridge is being constructed, there is two points from where the construction is going on, from two sides. And that's like this. We are continuing to research solutions in existing products of DigiU, in Wave and so on. And still we see the opportunities and complement our system. And that's why we have access to a big venture fund who talk with us, not like with fantasy guys, but with a company who has a cool infrastructural project, AVA, which can solve incredible issues. It's not only in cross-chain, but namely in artificial intelligence, because it is infrastructure to exchange the data, because artificial intelligence need. And we are moving to our goal from 2 or 3 or maybe even 10 sides. So this approach, this unique approach, became very clear to me when I prepared to this webinar, and I'm glad to share it with you. So now, obviously, talking about dividends, we should talk about the product, thanks to which we are paying out our dividends the 4th time. It is DigiU.Voice. And last week, we published an interview about DigiU.Voice, about the task it is solving, what is it now after 19 months of operation, what is the situation in the market. So I recommend you to watch this interview with Sergey and see this potential that we have and see in our product. And thanks to the development of DigiU.Voice, it is stable working product, and we have a obvious and clear, ambitious, but really necessary goal. We want to do so that investors and partners and all the people that are connected to our system, the value of our security should be clear, and we want to increase this value in many folds. Of course, this process is not easy, but we know what we do, and we implement it even now. This plan is in that we fill with liquidity. We increase the funds by 100 times. So the goal is to have $300 million here, and this all will lead to increase of dividends by times. So now there is so we are choosing date of ERA entering, and ERA will put there its part into dividends, and we implement this goal when you invest in DigiU.Voice. Your dividends are coming to that fact that you will have 500 or 1,000 dividends to invested $1,000, sorry. And of course, this is ambitious, and this is ideal goal. We are not talking that this goal will be implemented the next year, but we know that during implementation of our plans and venture fund and launching of our virtual world where securities of DigiU will be the real money, it can be like this. And this process, and now we are talking about this process clearly and openly, and in the first weeks about the course, we talk about our audience and our partners met this information really with happiness, and there are a lot of accounts in DigiU.Voice, and everything is increasing. So it's all talking about the right course, and if you don't have any deposit in DigiU.Voice, I recommend you to do it as soon as possible, because there is opportunity now still, and now it is freely available. It means that we talked it repeatedly that DigiU.Voice is really effectively and in a proper way develops with the help of a partner network. These are professionals that earn a lot of money and attract a lot of money. And in May, we executed a lot of educational meets. We talked about professionals, and we packed DigiU.Voice this way to make it profitable to those people. And this work, the partner works, can allow us to implement our goals, to increase dividends and to have more people here, and our further developments would be with efficiency that it had. And we talked about opening of venture fund that will be in place in the beginning of next year, probably when we will be ready. So this all is connected with one goal. So before this dividends outcome and packing fully DigiU.Voice, well, now it is as it is. I recommend you all enter it and choose the currency you're interested in and choose the deposit. If you open the deposit, the conditions will be fixed. And activation, payment, and the funds that we will enter so that people can enter in wealth, and this payment would be 100 and allocated fully throughout partnership to earn effectively. So it's obviously will effectively play their role. So now we have several days left to use this opportunity. Okay, so what else should I tell you? What topic should be? It is a payout dividends topic. It's important to say that what shares, what securities will give you dividends. All you have in your personal account. In the 31st May, we fix it in this date, and in the first days of June, we fix it, and allocate dividends. So this process have happened already 3 times, and it would be different. So if you plan to get more dividends, be sure that you have paid your installment, that you bought a package that you wanted to buy, and you talk about this to your partners, not only about that urgently buy packet, but about opening an account. So talking about the project, you make a lot of use. So you earn and have active income, and also, in my opinion, is more important, you give people such opportunities that allow them to face with modern technologies, to learn and use cryptocurrency in first time, and think about financial literacy and creation of capital. And to somebody, you will open the world to partner programs, and they will develop there. So use these opportunities. And after we talked about this plan, about the increase in dividends by many folds, we got a lot of requests that people want to renew their installments and increase their capitals ahead of such events. And we are trying to help our partners, investors, and so you can double every package with the same currency rate, and you can renew your installment. So now is the time when these functions are available for you. And I wouldn't be strict, but with a high percentage of possibility, such offers will not be available, because every day we understand that it is really profitable to have securities in DigiU. So still they are available. Please use such opportunities, and maybe this allow you to get more. Okay, let's move to questions. I'll start as usual with the Russian chat on YouTube, and then answer international questions from international chats. So we have broadcast in several languages, in French, Spanish, and Italian, and English. And we are always watched by international audience. Okay, question. What is the goal of dividends for one share? It is not clear. Everybody have different packages. Okay, the answer to this question is inside the question. Why we take $1,000? It is clear to everybody. You invest something and you get your income. Of course, somebody who bought a package on start or bought a maximum package on start, this person will get more, but averagely we want to come to this point, and it is we don't think about dividends to share this proportion. And now it's the stage we come to something more real, and when we will have a goal for one share, we will declare it. And also about people who get dividends. At the first time payout dividends, which was in 2020, we have investors that got several $1,000 because they have bought maximum packages and they have a lot of shares. And the next dividends, there were more investors that got a lot of money, in several thousands of dollars. And we see these results. So it's not cents, it's thousands of dollars. And it is pleasant. So let's count and predict the amount of dividends. We publish all the necessary information. You can use it. Another question. Can I open DigiU.Voice so that I get Bitcoins to my wallet? So if you invest in DigiU.Voice in Bitcoin or Bitcoin, Ether or USDT, you'll get income in the same currency. So the answer is yes. Another question, how many shares will be issued? So this question is, the answer to this question is inside our concept, and it was initially published, and we list all our securities. To do this, we registered our company in European Union and list our securities. These are 200 billions of securities, and 10% of these are for crowd investing. So it is. Please tell you with what funds you are interacting with, what venture funds you are interacting with. So there are a lot of them. You can visit AWA website. So maybe we will manage to have an image here when I answering. You will see in a section partners names of funds that are officially on with us. And the names with companies which we are negotiating, they are not there. So you can see two recent webinars with Sergey, which he where he described these topics. Another question. If I have an installment with an exchange rate 6 cents for share, can I have installment and double my package? You can use the double, so you can double it. There are partners that used the fixation of the rate. So if you have this fixated rate, so during this year you can buy the securities with this fixed rate. So you can see it in your personal profile, personal account. We are developing it and soon it will be better. So I see there are no questions in Russian chat left. And let's move to international chat. Dollar loses hegemony. How will it affect our investments? It is from Spanish chat. Well, to be honest, I don't understand the question fully. Talking about the international world, there are questions about situation in Ukraine and how it affects. So I will try to answer all these questions. Okay, we have two important directions that important to understand when you ask these questions. And how DigiU ecosystem was preparing to this. It's not a secret that we had sanctions from 2014 and starting in 2019, we understood that there are some processes. It is obvious that we should be prepared for this. And we were prepared. Our company is registered in European Union, and we have a team which is developing an ecosystem. DigiU and in AWA is international. It is Russia, Ukraine, and European countries, and Latin America. So the top developers are not in the same point. Well, we are not thinking with categories of city or country. So our employees are all over the world. And I'm proud of this. And I underline that we are specialists in different countries. And this structure built up very good. And we cannot say it somehow influence. No, it doesn't. So of course, in negotiations about AWA fundraising, in the first months, some negotiations were paused because the global economical situation didn't allow us to make fast decisions. So it was a bit slowed, but now it is already in normal and the amount of funds is rising. So anyway, we still finance and fund our developments. So the notes were offered to the audience, and we are preparing to enter mainnet. Another question about partners. And I'm sure there will be pictures. So there is an AWA website where we have funds we interact with and hackathons. And it's important to understand that it is obvious open door to this world. And when we were in Dubai with the full team, in strategic session of founders, and after this we published a video where we described and talk about that thanks to this development we are developing, it allows us to communicate and present our projects on another level. And when we are talking about virtual world and digital personality, that sounded in 2019's very abstract, now it is perceived very differently. We say that we are doing it since 2019, and after that people getting more serious about us. So watch our webinars and go deeper into what we are doing. Okay, let's try answer other questions. What is the rate to double the package that I fixed? Okay, you can visit your personal account. There are all the necessary buttons, they are clear. Or you can ask a detailed question in our chats, and community managers will answer your question. And also you can read the conditions and terms regarding shares. And if your rate is higher, you can just get a bonus. So just see your personal account and ask in chats if you have something unclear. So we are trying to do so that all the actions are native and clear. We are still not experts in this still, but we are compensating it with our community managers, which are ready 24/7 answering your questions. Okay, and I don't see any questions left. Oh, one. I see the one left. We wanted you to prolong the period of acquiring nodes to have opportunity for partners to take part into it. So it is hard to say whether it would be prolonged to the end of June or not. It is a process, it is changing every hour. So if you will manage to do this, you will manage. So the amount of nodes for DigiU are still there. So you can use this offer. But I highlight that it's not necessary to have a queue. So be flexible and have this change, use this change, sorry. So I think I have answered all the questions, and this webinar should be perceived as it's like we are talking about dividends, why we went our path this way, and how we achieved our results. So, and obvious that in these webinars I want to underline this opportunity to be a co-owner of artificial solutions, blockchains, and other modern solutions that you have. If you use it now, great. Will you use it in 4 years? It's not bad too, because not everybody here at once, not everybody ready to act after they hear these ideas. And the last interview with Sergey had an interesting wish. He had about he heard about Bitcoin some years ago, he forgot about it, and then after 4 years, he returned to Bitcoin. So there would be another results if he started to work with Bitcoin from the first year. So this is the same situation, something you heard, you fixed, invest, chooses installment, watch webinars, anyway, get to know it. So thank you all, take care, stay tuned, goodbye.